5,
Hello
4.
and welcome to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice?
Doing well. I'm doing well. I'm ready to go. It's a nice long weekend ahead of us. Happy birthday to America.
Happy
Coming
4th of
up.
July. Happy 250. Congratulations
250.
for being alive in this time, I guess. Well, if you're in the wrestling world, it's a great time to be alive because there's some good stuff going on in wrestling. Some not so good stuff and some good stuff. So we're going to talk about it all tonight. If you haven't joined us before on a Thursday, we talk about This Week in Wrestling. We have our now, I'm going to say infamous 10 and 10, otherwise known as the what, Juice?
The TIT.
The
TIT.
And
Down with
we're
TIT.
And we're going to talk about that. Also tonight, very special episode, is our half-year Shooties Award. We go over some of our big awards halfway through the year and see where we're going to go with them. I wonder what we have in common and what we don't. Going to be interesting. And we will do some card pack and openings as well. Also, last week was a huge week with Night of Champions, with Forbidden Door, Dynamite last night. So we're also going to talk about our predictions from last week. We don't usually recap them, but tonight, special episode, we're going to recap them. So let's get right into it. Before actually we get into it, I apologize. We got to pay the bills. If you haven't done so already, please throw us a sub down there. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free for you, helps us out. Go to amazon.com/gaming, I believe, and you can throw us a free sub. It doesn't cost you a thing. Also, if you listen before, during, or after the show, you hear the beautiful tones of Accept the Wind. Jump onto their YouTube, the official band of the podcast. Look at their music videos. They're great. We love them. Anything to add, Juice?
Well, we got to do trivia first, and then we can move on to the thing you want to jump into.
All I say is anything to add.
No, nothing to add there.
Jeez. All right. Speaking of trivia, we do our usual trivia weekly. I am being crushed as usual, but last week I got a win, so here we go. It's going to start a winning streak, but it's Juice's turn. Let's see what he's got for me.
All right, so about 2 years ago, WWE started adding the stipulation where the winners of the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring get title shots at SummerSlam. But this is not the first time they've done this. So this has happened 3 times before. So before they started doing it 2 years ago, only 3 people were ever going to get a title shot from winning a King of the Ring. Who were those 3 wrestlers?
All right. Well, the first one was obviously Brock. Everyone knows that, 2002. Second, I'm trying to think of all the King of the Rings now. Most of them didn't go on, especially those early ones like 93, 94, 95. Austin didn't do it. Helmsley, Edge. So we're going to stick to after 2002, I guess. I want to say Brock.
Okay.
I want to say Booker T.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Booker T for my second one.
Okay.
I guess I'll go, I don't know why, Baron Corbin for my third one. I really don't know on the third one, so it's just a complete shot in the dark. I'm going to go with Baron Corbin for the third one.
All right, triple B's for Danny is his guess.
B's.
Brock, Booker, and Baron. So that is incorrect. You had the first one right. You had Brock. The other 2 were Owen Hart and Mabel.
What? No.
Yep, they won and got title shots at SummerSlam that year.
Wait. But that was a stipulation of winning that they get the title shot? I thought that was the question.
Yeah, that was. They won King of the Ring to get the title shot at, like, a future title shot, and they got it at SummerSlam.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's Owen Hart, Mabel, Brock Lesnar, and then since then it's been Walter and Cody and now Oba.
All right.
So, yeah.
That was an awesome question. I didn't know that.
I thought you would have gotten it. I figured, you watched during that time.
I did, and I honestly just, didn't think they were tied to it for some reason, I guess. I don't know.
Womp womp. All right, well, now Danny's going to pull up the predictions tab just to show you guys how we did for the weekend with the 2 pay-per-views going on. Did pretty well with AEW. I think WWE not so much, but
Well, WWE didn't make any freaking sense, but whatever. We'll talk about
well,
that.
it did until it didn't, but we'll get there.
Well, it did until it didn't.
It did until it didn't. So first off, we'll pop up Night of Champions.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I had the
everybody-
wrong one popped up first. My bad.
That's all right.
All right, Night of Champions.
Night of Championes. We both got Jey Uso wrong. Both got Io Sky correct.
You know, I'm going to argue we got Jey Uso right because Jey Uso's going to have the world title shot at SummerSlam and Obafemi's not. So I think we got Jey Uso right, but continue.
Yep. Scrolling down, we both got Tiffy right. And
Tiffy and Trick, both correct.
both got Tiffy right. Both got Trick right. And then we both got the Steel Cage match wrong. Braun Breaker did not win. And then the main event, Cody Rhodes did not retain. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. So we both went 3 for 3. 3 and 3 on the day for Night of Champions. Moving on to the better show, Forbidden Door.
So
we had a
much
little
better.
bit of we had a better run between the two of us here.
Agreed.
Unfortunately, this first match was announced an hour before the show started with no build-up, no hype, no idea really who to pick.
Yeah, we had
both
no
went
idea
with
who Drilla Maloney was, and he looked great, by the way. I really liked the match. I think he's an awesome
Mm-hmm.
talent. And if we had known about like the tournament stuff and everything he has coming up, probably would have picked him. But yeah, they just told us nothing about it and just put Daniel Garcia versus
I was
him.
gonna say, to be fair, I do know Drilla Maloney. I just didn't know he had the G1 coming up. I knew him.
That
I
was
just
all for
didn't-
me then.
Yeah, I just I didn't know he had the G1 coming up. I probably would have changed my pick too, but
sure.
I didn't look into it because again, he had an hour heads up. So we
Yeah.
both got that one wrong. Rest of the way though, we won't go one by one. With the long and short of it, I got the rest of the matches right that day.
Yes.
Danny, I believe, got the
I
trio
still stuck
tag
with
wrong.
El Sky team, especially after they won the tag belts. I was thinking maybe they could pull it out, but that's all right.
Yeah, my only thing was going to be if the titles were going to be put on the line, I would have changed.
For
it.
sure.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah, titles didn't get put on, so I stuck with Bucks. And then rest of the way we got all correct. So I ended up going 14. Was it 14 and 1 or 13?
11 and 1. 11 and 1.
11 and 1.
There's only
I
12
went
matches.
11 and
Calm
1.
down there, big guy.
I went 11 and 1. Danny went 10 and 2. So not a bad.
Slowly catching up, juicy boy.
Yeah, all it takes is one at a time. Yeah, so we can move on now. We can dive into the 10 and 10 and get more specific with segments and matches that we want to talk about. Obviously, if there's anything that's not here on the list, chat, let us know. Bring it up if you want to talk about it. Just because we try to keep 10 points to 10 minutes does not mean we don't go over sometimes.
What?
I'm sure it'll happen today because we obviously do have
There's
a lot
so
to
much to talk about. There's no. I'm hoping it. Well, listen. We always argue that we always do some form of a tit. Some are, bigger. Some are smaller. That's all right. There's all types of tits out there. Just like we do 10 and 10, we do 13 and 10, we do 20 and 10. We do some form of a tit every time.
A little bit of tit for everybody. All right, so kicking things off, I want to talk about first Tekla versus Starlight Kid. This is my first time seeing Starlight Kid wrestle, and man, this match was awesome.
Bro, it was great.
This was hands down my women's match of the year so far. I thought it was great, and just watching it, all I kept thinking was not a knock on like some of the AEW wrestlers and some of the WWE ones, but like this is what women's wrestling should be.
Yes.
Like the way they're acting and moving out there and hitting and connecting with moves. Like I was watching them wrestle. It wasn't sloppy. It wasn't slow paced.
It was so smooth. And
I loved it.
And like I said, I never saw Starlight either. She was great. Like, she impressed the shit out of me. She was doing some great moves. She was doing some good. Like, their chemistry was great. And that's what you really need. It reminded me of, like, Bayley and Sasha Banks at NXT. Like, they have just great chemistry together. I hope there's more matches with her. We see more of her because it was really awesome.
Yeah, and I loved her hitting Okada on the outside of the ring, hitting the owner of Stardom, hitting him with the mask. And
that was so
beating her up.
fun. He so overacted that, and I loved every part of it.
Yeah, he sucks. I'm glad they did that. I don't know anything about him. I just he seems like a bitch. Next up, Cope and Cage versus the Dogs. This was an okay match. Nothing crazy. It did its job. It was fine.
Yeah.
On a night that ended at 1 a.m. Eastern time, mind you. But the real story coming out of it was the return of Jay White. And the Bang Bang Gang is whole for the first time in almost 500 days.
That's awesome, man.
What'd you think?
I thought it was a great surprise. I didn't expect him to return. We've been talking about, like, when's he coming back and every pay-per-view. I feel like this is, funny enough, the first time we didn't really mention, like, a possibility of him coming back. and sure enough, that's when he does. But yeah, they look great. I liked his promo on Dynamite last night where he kind of mentioned Ospreay, but gonna get to that one later. And then does the Guns Up. It sucks that they have to go with Shane Taylor Promotions as like their first feud, but is what it is. And also very interesting to see like Christian and Cope and how they react to that. Where Christian's like, I still have a problem with him, and Cope trying to like defend him. So I like how they continue that too.
Yeah, we won't stick on it too much, but I do think it's kind of silly that the Copelands in that match with them, like the Bang Bang Gang is whole for the first time in 500 years, and you do Jay White the Guns with Adam Copeland in an 8
yeah.
Like I get you're doing it for the Christian tension, but like the whole point was that it was like a favor, and now we're even. So why would Cope do this again? So whatever. Harley says I woke cover last up when Jay White was in the ring. Yeah, like that Jay White pop. That pop was huge.
Yes,
though, for Jay White, massive. So
and the best part was, and for a second I was confused because like they first showed the Bang Bang Gang and there's no music, and I was like, well, oh, they messed up. What's happening? I was like, oh, wait a sec. Like it clicked like instantly. I was like, oh, here we go.
They should have had like 15 card blades.
Right? That would have been so funny.
All right. So next up, Mercedes Moné versus Maya World in the women's Owen finals.
I don't get it.
Mercedes Moné defeats Maya World and is moving on to All In. I'll let you go first here. I will hold and reserve anything before you speak.
I wasn't impressed by Maya. Like I think like a lot of people said she stepped up, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm going crazy. I just didn't think it was like a great match. I thought she was sloppy. She messed up the turnbuckle spot at the end. Like that was a big moment where like they kept going at it too, which was like even worse. Like just audible right away. The second you mess up the first time, change it. The second you mess up the second time, definitely audible. Stop going for a third or a fourth. Like it was just crazy. But no, I just don't understand how some people said it was like the match of the night. It was nowhere near the match of the night. There was like every other match I think was better than this one. I don't get it.
Yeah, I told you. All week I feel like I've been taking crazy pills because everyone is glazing over this match and hyping it up, saying it's this and that, and just Mercedes carried the hell out of that match.
Yeah.
She carried the hell out of that match. Maya looked nervous as all hell and not hide it at all. She spent half the match fixing her gear and her hair, and it's like sorry,
Harley,
like,
you could skip this match.
she didn't impress me at all, and now I've given her all the chances I can. I'm fully out on Maya World. She could have done something here and impressed me. I'm like, all right, damn, like, I'll give her more time, but I don't care. That was awful.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad she lost. I really hope this is the end of the Maya World project experiment.
It's not because she's already in the Casino Gauntlet for like the number 1 or 2 spot. And she's probably gonna win that.
We'll get to that, but for now, whatever. Mercedes won, thank God, and is moving on. Next up, Death's Door. A little bit of a surprise for us on Sunday night. Different cage match. A different cage. It was a circle, a new custom cage designed and built for this match type specifically. The only thing that makes me worry is that if you're calling it Death's Door, I think we've just opened up the fact that this match is probably going to happen every year now at Forbidden Door.
I think so.
Which, whatever, but...
Especially because they made a new cage, they're going to take advantage of that, and that's going to happen more than once.
Yeah, and I don't mind them using it over and over again, but at Forbidden Door, it just feels out of place.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I feel like the cage was awesome. I texted you, it reminded me of like the... Lion's Den from back in the day with Owen Hart and Shamrock and stuff. But, like, it made sense. They needed that bigger cage. I was wondering how they're going to do 12 people. So it completely made sense. I just feel like if you're going to call it Death's Door also, like, I don't know. Actually, I take that back. They had a lot of weapons and stuff. Like, I'm thinking of, like, Full Metal Mayhem, and you don't need that kind of stuff. So it was fine.
Yeah.
No, I liked the way it happened.
I loved the match.
Yes.
And it probably was my favorite match of the night.
It was so much fun. There were so many different elements
honestly,
of it. It was great.
I loved like the Nintendo spot. Was awesome with Kyle and the barbed wire.
He blew in the cartridge. I mean, thank you God, he blew in the cartridge. And also, can we talk about the clothesline Fletcher took with that Nintendo spot? I thought he was gonna fucking break his neck. That was scary as hell, man.
Almost. And Leo Rush being in the bag, Roger Strong as a madman, swinging Leo Rush around, hitting everybody with him in it. Insane.
Awesome.
I love Kevin Knight blowing up and dying.
Yes.
He just awesome. I love the whole
everyone
match.
having their own thing in the bag was so much fun. Orange having the orange slices and Shivani fucking up that spot, that piece of shit. But that spot was, I think, one of my favorite spots where putting the orange citrus in the cut. I was like, oh, God. Everyone knows that feeling. Oh, God. Like, perfect spot.
So good. So good.
Everyone having their own, like, thing in the bag was also just really funny. Konosuke doing the middle finger, classic. I mean, every part of that match was great. I really, really enjoyed it. It hit its mark, I think, all around. The only thing that sucked, and I mean, it's going to happen where it's 12 people, is that, like, there were just a lot of moments where there was, like, let's say Orange, for instance, not on the screen for, like, minutes and minutes because, like, they're all on the side and they have to wait their turn and stuff.
Yeah, well,
I get it.
We'll get to that more later. But as for this match, I didn't hate it or notice it too much because there was so much going on. It flowed well.
That's fair, too, exactly.
So, the end of the match, though, Andrade turns on the Don Callis family. He's fully babyface now.
Perfect.
And he has a shirt on that says "fuck Don" and "fuck MJF." He's out. I'm just glad they did it because I was tired of the tension and all that crap doing nothing for weeks. So let's see what happens now. But yeah, they finally did it.
Yep.
So Briscoe got his title shot. We'll get to that in a moment. The main event, though, Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay.
Bro,
I liked the match a lot. My whole thing is that I think they fell into the classic pay-per-view NXT TakeOver trap where you went just a little bit too over the top at the very end.
Yeah.
People love it. People love it, so I can't knock it too much. It's not high on my list of complaints.
I think
but
we
they
have
did
to
it.
accept
They went a little too crazy. I was like, all right, guys, come on.
We have to accept that that's just the era we're in now. Like, finishers are no longer one-move finishers anymore, and it's sad. Like, last night was another example of that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But it just is what it is. Just the amount of blood that got, like, shed in that match
Swerve got cut.
Was great. Like, John stopped watching. He just couldn't stomach it anymore. Like, it was just, like, a crazy amount. And then the ending where he just had to do move after move and, like, put him. Oh, man. It was such a good match. It was exactly what it needed to be for Ospreay to, like, kind of take his next step. And my only question is, where does Swerve go from now?
Yeah, and we'll see soon enough, I'm sure. But yeah, so Will Ospreay did win the match. If we didn't say it, if you haven't watched, and this is your spoiler, Will Ospreay is going on to All In at Wembley, and I liked at the end of the match the Death Riders came out and were kind of there at ringside to give him that final like push and motivation to do it. But that kind of brings us into the opening segment of Dynamite, where we had Will Ospreay backstage being given a patch by Jon Moxley to join the Death Riders, and seems like Ospreay accepted. He's wearing the patch during the match, and it led into Ospreay then talking with Omega, and then MJF coming out, a whole big confrontation backstage. Now, before we get into this, there's a lot going on.
There's
here.
a lot. Let's just talk about the title match first.
So MJF and Briscoe was great. It was what it was. No crazy stipulation. MJF beats Mark and retains, and I feel like this is kind of the end of that for a while now. They're kind of long overarching rivalry. MJF beats Mark Briscoe, attacks Mark Briscoe after the match. Kenny Omega comes out, big face to face, going at it. Omega wants his title shot. MJF says no. MJF hits him with the stipulation that we thought they were going to do again at Double or Nothing at MJF, but they did it here, where MJF tells Kenny Omega, if you want a title shot next week, not Redemption.
Yeah.
You got it, but you have to answer by the end of the night, and if you lose next week, you never get a title shot again, which I found interesting because I don't know if you remember, but MJF even said to Kenny, if you don't accept this offer, you're never getting a title shot from me ever again. And the title shot is, if you don't beat me, you never get a title shot ever again. It's kind of like, all right, so Kenny's going to take that because you just told him even if he doesn't take it, he's never getting a title shot at all.
Yeah.
So it's either one or
against
nothing,
him.
So. Yeah, but still, like, you think it's just poor wording, but whatever.
Agreed.
So whole night, Omega's thinking, segment with the Bucks, blah, 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 blah. Finally, Kenny comes out into the night, accepts. So it's official. We have MJF versus Kenny Omega next week at Beach Break for the title.
Why?
Let's dive into all of this now.
Why? So my really quick take, MJF Briscoe match, it was good. Of course, he was going to kick out the J Driller, just the way they were setting all that up. He had to, for the title match, yada, yada, yada. So, good match, exactly what it needed to be. Unfortunately, Briscoe didn't win. Is what it is. But this Omega thing, I don't understand why it's happening next week. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, what's the point of rushing it?
It is odd. Obviously, it makes you think, was this part of the plan? Are they calling an audible and moving it up? Because.
But why call the audible? What's so important for redemption?
That's what I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. They could pull shenanigans next week and they can run some kind of fluky finish.
I was gonna say, I think that's what it comes down to, is that next week isn't gonna be a real finish. Next week's not gonna be Kenny winning the title or Kenny never challenging again. I think something's gonna happen next week where the run back is going to be at redemption, because I don't understand why you would do that match. And let's go the other way and say there is a finish, right? Mm-hmm. MJF wins. Mm-hmm. Then you're rushing a title match for redemption because obviously you need a new challenger for redemption now. So it's either going to be like Andrade or who knows who else. Kenny Omega wins.
The thing is, though, if Andrade's getting involved in the finish, he's just turned babyface.
So he's going to be helping Kenny, not MJF.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't factor into a screwy finish where Kenny doesn't win. That's what I'm saying.
So then Kenny wins, let's say, but then same token, now you're rushing some quick rivalry for redemption, unless you're running Kenny and MJF back at redemption. If Kenny wins, I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If we're going off the same logic with the Adam Page of it all, the Adam Page stipulation is a handshake agreement. It's not an official binding thing with Tony Khan and a contract. So they could easily do it where Kenny just loses, and then something escalates where Tony does get involved, and you can have Tony Khan, I'm talking about, make an exception for Kenny. But not Paige, and that can make Paige have resentment towards Kenny for Kenny getting another shot or something like that.
I mean, Jay DeFalco brings up a good point. He says the Andrade of it all has to conclude before MJF drops the title, because that's kind of what his whole thing's about. But I don't know if it will.
I don't think it does. Right now, my gut says MJF beats Kenny next week with some sort of screwy finish where the ref misses it or someone interferes. And then Tony Khan or someone else or the Bucks or someone has to step in and override it and make the redemption match happen. I just don't think Kenny wins next week. I don't mind it. But speaking of all of that, going into the Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, MJF of it all, a lot of stuff last night with Will Ospreay kind of
was a weird segment.
Honestly, it wasn't, because maybe I'm off base, but I think I'm starting to see the vision on it where I think they're just turning Will Ospreay heel going into Wembley. I don't think he's going to be the babyface. I think he's turning heel.
Yeah.
He's going to get corrupted or messed up or whatever, or blinded by whatever is happening with the Death Riders, indoctrinated. I think he's going to be the heel. And honestly, my initial gut reaction right now, if you're running Kenny and Will at Wembley,
Will has to be the heel.
Kenny beats Will, though.
Oh.
I think. Can I see Will beating Kenny? Sure, of course. But I think the better story would be, right now in my head with what I'm thinking they're going to do, would be Kenny beating Will.
Yeah, because Will was saying this whole time how he has to unlock that inner thing. Moxley was saying how he's finally seen it, and the only way you can unlock it is by going full Death Rider, full heel, pretty much.
And how
it's not going to pay off in his hometown, and now he's going to not be the GOAT. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And how Kenny was saying, I know what I had to do it, and I regret it, and I don't want him to do the same. And how Will was trying to stop Kenny at the very end.
Yeah, that was weird too. I mean, weird, but you know what I mean, against what he's been doing lately, where he's been trying to hype him up, and he's been saying how he still has a run left in him and all this stuff. Yeah. And then last night was a complete change. So yeah.
And also Will doing that's where I'm going. So we're already going over time. We have 2 months to talk about this more. So we'll move on for now. Kerala says Kenny could pull his EVP status. Exactly. There's things you can do. So we will see how this develops. But it's a good story. Look how it's got us talking. So I'm enjoying it.
I agree.
It's way better than Will just being cookie cutter hometown run.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, survival of the fittest last night. After a month of qualifiers, we finally get our payoff. And honestly, this was a dud.
It was a bad match.
I hated this match. I thought it had no flow.
Persephone carried the match somehow. How is one person carry a 6-women match?
You
That's
turned
crazy.
You turned Persephone heel finally, at least full blown heel.
Yeah.
She was kind of being more tweeny before that. Now she's full on heel. She carried the match. I mean, these survival of the fittest matches, they should be going way longer than that went. So they were already rushing through eliminations, which is shit. They can't. The AEW just cannot book. Well, WWE can't either. Multi-man or multi-person matches where everyone's just doing stuff all the time. I'm so tired of this. Okay, you two now, it's your turn. You two now, it's your turn, and everyone just lays out on the side. It's so stupid.
You can have the spotlight and still do some shit at the end because guess what? The people who are sitting ringside or whatever are looking at you and do something for them. Like, why is it always have to be either a camera or nothing? It sucks.
Yeah. Even if you're just in a corner, just hitting each other and doing lazy stuff. It's so
tease the
annoying.
fans. Like, if you're a heel, put the baby face in the fan's face and like tease, like do something where you like. It's just so stupid.
So in the end, Hikaru Shida wins by eliminating Statlander last because Persephone gets involved in it. I like the booking of that at least because now the TBS title has things going on with it.
Yes.
But the match on its own, for after a month of build-up, complete dud,
Sucked.
complete disappointment.
Yeah.
Awful. But congrats to Shida. We'll see where that goes now. Next up, we also got an announcement. They're doing a women's casino gauntlet where the winner will get a title shot against Tekla.
There goes one of our matches at All In.
They could run it back again.
Ooh, 2 casino gauntlets.
Yeah, they could. But they're doing it, and honestly, man, I don't mind them doing the match. I'm fine with it, but I was pissed when they announced the matches for Collision, not because of who it is at all. They're doing Athena versus, I think her name is Rena, something like that. I'm sorry, I didn't catch it or process it. But it's somebody making their AEW debut from another company, wrestling this match with Athena to get number 1 in this match. And then you're doing Maya World in another qualifier against Julia Hart. And it's just like, just don't even do the matches. Don't even announce it. Because now, those are so obvious you're doing Athena and Maya as 1 and 2.
Yep.
And it's like, I get it's a pre-taped Collision, which is airing, by the way, in like half an hour. So, thank you if you're here tuning in with us before Collision. We appreciate you staying with us. I don't know who wins the matches. I don't know spoilers. But, like, it's going to be Athena and Maya being 1 and 2. And it's like, why even announce it? Just have Maya and Athena be 1 and 2 next week, and that's it. Like, it's just a waste of, like, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's so lazy. I don't like it. I don't even think Athena or Maya are going to win the match either. I think it's going to be somebody else.
Of course.
But I don't know who's going to win it, but I have a feeling some people think it's going to be Willow coming back. But it's very likely whoever wins this match might be the one facing Mercedes at All In, because right now it's still heel versus heel, and it doesn't seem like they're budging on either of them being babyface. And
listen, I keep saying it. I don't think you need. For these 2 specific characters, I don't think you need a babyface. I think it works with them being heel. I know.
I disagree, because you have Mercedes talking about this being her redemption tour. She's a heel. Heels don't get redemption tours, and then you have Tekla being this dominant heel that needs to be overcome by a face. So you have dominant heel, and then you have heel on a redemption tour. It doesn't add up. It doesn't connect. You could do heel versus heel. But in these specific cases of these 2 heels being what they are, it does not work. And I don't think you can keep doing heel on redemption tour to win this belt versus heel that's dominated the division and been a terror for months. There's no one to cheer for. People would just cheer for who they want, but that's not the right story they're telling as wrestlers. So I don't like this at all. But whatever. Right. We'll see how the gauntlet goes. I'll let you take the next 2. I'm all talked out.
I mean, the next 2 just pissed me off. I'm sorry. The next 1 just pisses me off. The second one doesn't. The next one pisses me off because I just don't understand the booking. And, like, it goes more and more into what the hell is WWE doing. It doesn't make sense to me. But Obafemi wins King of the Ring, which we said was going to be a mistake because then what you're supposed to do is book him versus the world champion Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. And who do you have win that? Because you have Roman Reigns coming back with the bloodline and you want it to be like a big thing and you want that going for a while. You have Obafemi who's not supposed to be stopped. But instead what WWE does is they say, Obafemi says the title will always be there, gives up his title shot for SummerSlam to face Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell match. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, this does not compute.
It was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They could have just not put Oba in the King of the Ring.
That's it.
And let Seth win.
Or like we said, have Brock interfere and let Jay win. Like,
the whole thing is not.
We act like WWE doesn't interfere in every fucking match every week as it is. Like, it was just, it's terrible booking. It doesn't make sense storyline wise. It's awful. Then now it looks like you're gonna have, supposedly, we've written on the wall, Jay versus Sammy. So you have the loser of the King of the Ring match, supposedly on trajectory to get a world title shot at SummerSlam, which I hope they don't do. I hope that's just rumors and stuff. But we'll see. I don't know.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna spoil SmackDown. SmackDown's already been taped.
That's fair too. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I'm not gonna say what.
But it looks like that's what it is. Yeah.
But let's pump the brakes on all of that.
I agree. And then I think the only positive that came out of it is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. That's going to be the world title shot at SummerSlam, which is great. That's a great story. The promo on Raw was awesome. I'll give them credit. They still can do that kind of storytelling, so I'm fine with that. But like, I just don't know how the match is going to turn out because it's going to be massive interference with the bloodline and shit. So like, it's not going to be a true one-on-one match anyway.
I really hope that they involve the Shield chair. That's all I want.
You know they're going to.
Shield chair!
Yeah, so that's just my rant on that. I don't understand it. I don't care about Oba versus Brock also, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But, like, this is a rivalry that should have ended at WrestleMania when fucking Brock retired all his stuff in the ring. So it's just stupid. I hate this whole thing.
Well, lastly, on good news, Sami Zayn, new undisputed WWE champion.
That was
Congratulations.
Awesome. That was
Shocked
great.
The world.
Yes.
I don't know how long this is going to last. It could be a week. It could be a month. It could be a year. But, hey, for now, Sami Zayn is champion. And despite any booking that they do to ruin this, for the moment, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yes.
Good for him.
Yes. And that's pretty much all I had to say about that, too. So good job.
All right. There we go. See, 10 points in... 23 minutes. 10 points in 23 minutes. The tit lives on.
That's still a tit. Yeah, we're good.
We did it. All right. So while Danny gets the next stuff set up, I'm going to get the Shootie Awards set up on the screen. I'm going to power through. We're going to do some pack openings here.
Well, I can't get the Shootie Awards because you got to do the card stuff.
You can get it ready, whatever you can in the background, I guess.
It's already ready.
Fine. All right, then. Jamie Hayter.
It's already ready.
Base card.
Jamie Hayter.
Justin Roberts seems like he's giving somebody a stern talking to.
By the way, I want to point out two things while you're doing this. Last week, I did not spoil, even though we thought I did spoil. Mina was not the sixth participant in the match, thank God.
You couldn't even spoil right. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Ruby Riott. I love it.
Ruby Soho, how dare you?
Sorry, Ruby Soho.
It's a gold variant for Ruby Soho. We have Dax Harwood.
Love it.
Base card. Oh, shit. Hold on. We have Hikaru Shida.
Ooh, nice.
Base card. Ooh, what are you? Oh, that's dope. Okay, we got a good card, folks. Excalibur base card. That's not it.
I was going to say, you got real hype for that.
I'm saving it for last.
That's fine.
We have an All Elite Women Emi Sakura card.
Hey, that's a cool one.
That's a unique one. I haven't got one of those yet.
She's the little queen of the ring.
And then this one, this is a golden 9 of diamonds, a pack.
Nice. Yo, I told you, you got to make sure you build that deck.
I know I've shown the like white basic ones, but this is the first time I've gotten one that's gold. That's pretty awesome.
That's a dope looking one.
That is dope. I got to look up how rare that is.
This is already better than last week, folks. Last week we had to open a third pack because it was so sad.
Yeah, last week was not good. Well, that's awesome. All right, next pack.
Jade Falco type in how Taz sang the Ruby Soho.
There you go. We have Renee Paquette and John Moxley.
Oh, that's
the family.
cute.
Look at them, adorbs. We have Wardlow. Remember him?
He's an American Gladiator, right?
He was. Angelo Parker, gold variant. We have Ethan Page, base card.
Nice.
We have Jay Lethal, base card. Nice to see him on Dynamite this week, even though he didn't wrestle. We have Malachi Black, base card. What's he up to? Oh, yeah.
Who knows?
Womp womp. We have Oh, that's dope. Okay. We have a gold all elite. We are all elite Athena card.
Too bad they don't treat her like it.
Well. And last up, we had another good card. It's not numbered. It's a Pyro Darby Allen card with the fireworks. I don't know if they come off on the screen. You can see them like that. There you go. Awesome. Hey, 2 really good cards in these 2 packs. That was a good pack opening this week, folks. We are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 packs left. It's only 3 more weeks. Although we probably won't be opening packs for the next few weeks because this is a good time to mention it. Next week, we are hosting our next tournament to celebrate 3 years of the SharpSHOOTers. 3 years of us welcoming us into your homes. Thank you very much. We are going to be doing the greatest feud of all time. So Danny and I will come together with a list of the top 64 that we can think of, do a tournament over the next 2 weeks for the greatest feud of all time. And then after that, it's also going to be our 150th episode. So we have a huge July coming your way. Some big episodes, big shoes to fill. So the card packs might take a break here, but they're not going anywhere. We'll be here soon. So now, folks, it is time for the main event. We have the 2026 half-year awards, the Shooties. If you've been here, we talk about the best and the worst of the year. Danny gets his nomination. I get my nomination. There's no, there's no
Fuck
winner.
You, Danny Falco. That's hilarious.
There's no winner per se, but just our opinions on what we think. And one thing I want to say before we dive in, for the record, because I know people are going to be surprised, people are going to be confused, maybe. I did things a little differently this year. I don't know if you looked at my votes yet, Danny.
I did not.
So I'm just going to put it out there. I did this one very fair. I only voted for stuff that I've watched. I intentionally did not vote for any best or worst WWE.
So there's no WWE on your list at all this year.
I kept it fair. I didn't want to put the worst match or worst feud.
It's all right. I took care of that for you. Don't worry about it.
No, but I just wanted to be fair. I didn't want to vote for something as best or worst without actually seeing it and being that guy. So yes, all my stuff will be AEW because that's all I watched this year, and that's my choice. But I just wanted to put that up there up front when people start seeing my votes and they're like, "The fuck? Why didn't he vote for this? Why didn't he vote for that?"
All right, here we go.
On purpose.
Starting off with our vote for the best stable.
As a group of wrestlers. For those of you that do not know.
Hold on. Well, we'll present it. I just got to edit this now on the fly.
What happened?
I don't like the way the white banner's out. It's very annoying and very
that's all right.
unsightly.
Well, the winner is unanimous between Danny and myself. We both voted for the Don Callis family being the best stable of 2026 so far. I think that's a layup.
Choice.
I mean, I wanted to put conglomeration because I love them so much, but Don Callis family's been carrying so much with what they do and what they've gotten better this year with the numbers and the talent. The moments.
Was literally my exact thought process. I was like, like first I was conglomeration. I was like, but the Don Callis family has really owned TV, all the titles they've had. Yeah. Fletcher coming back, Andrade for the time he's there. You have Kevin Knight on the team now. Jay Doyle's doing a lot of good work. Cage came back. It's just, there's too much to ignore. I agree.
Yeah. There you go. Congratulations, Don Callis family. Best stable of 2026 as voted by
so far.
So far. We'll see how you finish the year.
I think they're heavy favorites to finish the year if they keep going the trajectory.
Death Riders had a very fun year, but they didn't
let's see what Ospreay does, and let's see how Ospreay finishes the year with the Death Riders. That might be a big swing.
Very true.
Next up, the worst stable of 2026. So again, remember, Juice doesn't watch WWE, so he didn't pick the right one. No, I'm just kidding. So here we go.
Oh, trust me, this one hurt because I wanted to put Judgment Day.
Well, of course we gotta do the Judgment Day. I mean, as long as they're together, they have to be the worst stable in wrestling going. Especially because every year there's a new dissension in the ranks that we think they're going to finally break up, and they don't. But the Ops are definitely my second choice. I totally agree with you. If I didn't pick Judgment Day, if I didn't pick WWE, because actually there's probably one or two more choices in WWE, but if I didn't pick WWE, it would have been the Ops from AEW.
Yeah, Ops just disappointing, man. I mean, they lost, lost Hobbs. Joe's been missing. It's been rough. So I don't. I'm over the stable.
And they haven't done well. And I think what's most disappointing with the Ops is that they have, especially now, a huge opportunity with Bowens and with Hook to really let them like develop and shine, and they're just not giving them a good story to go with. They're not giving them good backstage segments. It's just not working, which sucks.
Yeah, maybe they'll prove us wrong, but right now,
I hope so.
Half year, to me, they're the worst thing. Worst stable. Yes, worse than Hurt Syndicate. The only reason Hurt Syndicate didn't even get on here is because they were really around.
I was gonna say they were hurt a lot of the year, and then they only came back for like one match, and then they've been gone for a bit after that. So as far as being on TV, they haven't had a chance to be the worst stable.
Yeah. All right. Next
Best
up.
feud or storyline of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Takeshita versus Okada. You picked Cope and Cage versus FTR. You want to go first on this one?
Yeah, sure. When I was thinking about this, the first thing I thought of was, okay, clearly the Will Ospreay, Death Rider storyline is really good, but that one's really still going, and that's a long burn. I don't know where it's going to pay off, and at this point, I didn't want to give it to it. I feel like we've gotten more on the year out of Cope and Cage versus FTR. It culminated at Double or Nothing at the end of May. So I just think for the first half of the year, when I look back at this point, what's been the most fun? It's been that feud. They've been feuding and fighting each other the whole time, more or less. And yeah, that's why I went with it.
Yeah, no, that's a great choice. I like Takeshi and Okada. I feel like I know that's been a feud that's been going on for more than 2026, but I feel like 2026 is when they really put it into overdrive and they ended the feud because obviously now Takeshi's going after with Fletcher, and that's going to start going from there. So I think between the tag team match where they had Takeshi turn on Okada, that led to Double or Nothing where they had that epic match and showdown for the belt. I think they just had a really great run and a really good cap on the rivalry. So I really liked it.
Yeah, and one thing I want to bring up really quick that you reminded me of, Takeshita and Fletcher, international title next week.
I know, that's going to be so good. Again, another match I think they're kind of rushing. I don't know why that's not on a pay-per-view, but I'm fine with it also.
That one I can explain, and I understand it, because after next week, Takeshita is gone for 2 months doing the G1 in Japan.
Oh, gotcha.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Fletcher maybe beats him.
I don't know. Tony Khan likes to have his belt on the G1 and stuff.
He does, but I'm just saying.
And it is the international title, so it makes sense that he goes over there.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. All I'm saying is be ready. Fletcher could beat him.
Agreed. All right, next up.
Yep.
Worst feud or storyline so far of 2026. Once again, a couple different choices. I picked Rhodes versus Orton and McAfee. You pick Hook's rebuild of the Ops. So I'll go first on this one. I think that whole lead up to the WrestleMania was a complete disappointment. Having McAfee be the surprise guy and have him so involved in the feud was the wrong and terrible choice. And then not having Orton win after all that just put the cherry on top of how bad this feud was and how bad they really messed up that storyline. So I just couldn't overlook that at all.
How dare you overlook Jelly Roll, though?
I didn't even want to mention Jelly Roll. That's how bad the storyline was. I purposely left another person out of it.
Oh, man. And then, so mine, this was probably the hardest one for me to pick because I couldn't really think of, a particularly bad feud.
I just realized
that happened in AEW.
Go ahead. Continue.
So I went more the storyline side of the slash. And the storyline being of Joe being gone and Hook being in charge and rebuilding, and then Joe coming back and then being around for a bit and then leaving again, and then Hook's rebuilding again. It's been weak the whole way through. Obviously, them losing Hobbs and losing Joe like this has really hurt this stable. But at first I was gonna be just put the women's division. But there's been good things here and there. But yeah, Hook's rebuild of the Ops for me is probably the weakest storyline they've done this year.
Yeah,
it hasn't delivered.
Agreed. Agreed. All right, next up.
Don't worry, this won't all be worst. This won't be Ops slander all night. I promise.
I think that's probably the last chance you have at Ops slander, to be honest with you. But we'll find out. I don't know.
We'll see.
Next up, best match of the year. So this was my big issue. I had 3 that I was really torn between. I just realized that I left it a 3-way tie, and I just edited it real quick. No. I just said I edited it real quick. Motherfucker. What's he doing? He doesn't listen. So Best
I don't
match
wanna
so
listen.
far 2026. You picked Takeshita versus Okada, which was one I was really debating at Double or Nothing. I picked Darby versus Ciampa on Dynamite. And then the third match obviously was Ospreay. Not Ospreay. Omega versus Strickland on Dynamite when they had their match a few weeks ago, their first time ever. That was the three matches I was really torn between. But Darby versus Ciampa I picked because that was his first defense. It was such an epic match, and even though Ciampa had been doing great work up until that, I think that match really opened a lot of people's eyes to Ciampa and what he's capable of. It was just a great match. I loved every second of that match, and that was the first one that jumped into my mind, so that was just my gut instinct to go with that.
It's a good pick. Solid match. Probably one of the TV matches of the year for me. But for Takeshita versus Okada, I mean, being there, biased, obviously, but the crowd was so special for that.
Yeah.
You knew before the show even started, when they showed the match graphic, that was going to be special. And the match itself was excellent. And then you got a title change out of it, which elevates any great match into an excellent. So that's for right now. And for a minute there, I did have Cope and Cage versus FTR written down. I really enjoyed that match as well. But there's so many great matches. But ultimately, I went with Takeshita versus Okada.
No, I agree. They gave us a lot this year. So, I don't think it was going to be really hard for us to mess this one up. This was a really good, a lot of choices to pick from. All right, but next up we have the worst match of the year. Let's see if I was to say a hook to the ops. You picked the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal at Revolution, and I picked Danhausen and Minihausen versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. So I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it kind of goes back to my multi-man booking thing where they did 21 people in the ring and it was sloppy. This was on the kickoff, and anyone doesn't recall. This was on the kickoff, and they were sloppy as hell. There was no flow, no order to the match. And, of course, it ends with Jack Perry beating Ricochet and for the belt and then doing nothing with it. It was just complete waste and a terrible way to kind of kick off this night. But, we'll save that for now.
Agreed. I picked Danhausen, Minihausen versus Miz and Wilson just because this is another example of how the WWE is dropping the ball with Danhausen at live pay-per-view events. They do great with him on TV. I really liked the direction he was going in, but every time they put him on a pay-per-view, they really mess up. His debut, they messed up. This stupid Minihausen match where they had a good feud going with Miz and Kit, and they had an opportunity to just have someone or something creative come out of their creation, and they had little Minihausen. It was a bad match, just really disappointing for a lot of people. All right.
Yeah.
Best pay-per-view. I don't think this one's going to be a real debate between the both of us. AEW Double or Nothing. Big surprise. We were there. I mean, it was awesome, regardless if we were there or not. It was, I think, their best pay-per-view of the year so far. Just a lot of hit matches. You had MJF. We just talked about it before, Takeshita and Okada. You had FTR and Cope and Cage. I mean, just hit banger after banger after banger.
Joe and Ospreay, Mox and Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, my God.
It was just great.
Swerve and Bandito.
Loved every second of it. So, yeah.
So good.
Easy choice. Double or Nothing, best pay-per-view of the year. Worst pay-per-view of the year. You picked Revolution. I picked Backlash. Backlash was just a terrible rerun of WrestleMania. Again, that meant that aforementioned Danhausen, Minihausen tag team match was on there. So Backlash was just a lot of blunders left and right. Why'd you pick Revolution?
So I hated this show. Obviously, there was a lot of other stuff going on, if you recall. I had technical issues the entire night.
Oh, that's right. This was the show.
So that did factor into my annoyance of watching the show the next day. But I did not. This was the show where Jack Perry won the title, the national title, like I mentioned. You also had that big boom AJ asshole on there, so that never helps. This was also the show that kicked off where, some of them are big returns, but they were relying too much on returns over the matches where the first match ends and Cope and Cage are back. Then you have freaking Ronda Rousey coming out. Let's not forget about that.
Oh, that's right. That was so stupid and pointless.
Then the next match after that, you had Will Ospreay return. So like 3 matches in a row, you had 3 returns, which yeah, sure, great moments for the live crowd, but like it was such overkill where it's like, okay, what are we doing? Like we're relying on all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Then you had freaking Tony was fighting Marina Shafir, so Marina Shafir on pay-per-view is never good.
Yep.
What else we got here? I'm looking at it just to make sure I don't miss anything. Andrade wrestling on pay-per-view, never fun.
No, he's growing on me.
And then whatever, he can grow on you. You can have him. And then the main event, it was MJF and Adam Page in that Texas Death match. And honestly, I remember talking about it. Texas Death, it was very disappointing.
Yeah.
It did not need to be Texas Death. It was not as good as other Texas Death matches. Very underwhelming main event. I just did not like the show. And again, for AEW pay-per-view standards, still a good show. But I was in just a stinky mood anyway. So, yeah, this was never going to really hit that next level for me. Jay says the HBO Max pissed me off that whole first hour. Yeah, not fun. That's it. That's all I got.
Next up, best tag team so far of 2026. Unanimous, FTR. I don't think that's a hard one.
Yeah.
They really took over TV the first half of the year. They had a lot of great defenses. Their matches with Cope and Cage, great. I don't think they're going to end 2026 as the best tag team, but
yeah,
we'll
Time Away never helps the rankings for the Juicy 50 is all I'll say.
For the Juicy 50.
The Juicy 50. If you don't know what that is and you're joining us for the first time, Juicy 50 is my list at the end of the year where I rank my top 50 wrestlers of the year.
It's my favorite show. I get to do nothing.
Time Away is never good for you for the Juicy 50. All right, continue.
All right, moving on. The worst tag team of the year. You picked the Gates of Agony. I picked Truth and Priest. Truth and Priest was an easy pick. They are still the tag team champions. I don't understand why that tag team even got put together. Right now, their biggest feud is Truth trying to get Finn and Priest to be friends again, even though that has nothing to do with the tag team championships. So, very annoying, very stupid. Don't understand the team. Not doing anything with what they're doing. So, easy choice for me, Truth and Priest.
Yeah, and Gates of Agony are just the same team that I haven't liked since day one. And I could have just been like, oh, Young Bucks, but like Gates of Agony are just not fun or entertaining at all to watch. So.
Young Bucks also haven't been awful since they've come back, so.
Nah, they're still the Young Bucks. They wrestle the same match every night, so.
Worst female wrestler of the year. I just saw your pick.
I don't know why you're laughing.
I feel like it's a little bit of recency bias. But we'll see. Well, I'll let you go in a second. Yeah. Worst female wrestler of the year. We have Jade Cargill. And My World, I'll go first, real easy, real quick. Every time Jade Cargill is on screen, there is a botch. She's put in these whole high-profile matches and title matches, and she sucks, and she just proves it every time she's out in the ring. So every time she's healthy and wrestling, I have to pick her. It's kind of like the Judgment Day for me. So that's my pick.
Yeah, my pick is Maya World. I stand by it. I think she's overrated as all hell. She doesn't give me anything in the ring. She can't promo. She has no facial expressions to react to anything. Sure, I could have put Marina Shafir or Camille or Harley Cameron, but at least Marina's in a good spot and she's playing to her strengths. Harley Cameron, like at least she's entertaining with what she's doing out there and the crowd's reacting to her in that way. And Camille sucks, but she only had the one match. And I'm not going to put someone that wrestled one time and disappeared as the worst wrestler of the year. I just think Maya World is not what people think she is, and they're just reacting. They're reacting to react to her because she's the hot new thing, and
that's fair.
Yeah.
All I was going to say was that I feel like in the same vein of Camille, I feel like Maya hasn't wrestled enough so far in 2026 on AEW to be considered the worst.
Okay, yes, but I've seen her stuff in Ring of Honor and previous to this
that's
year.
Also
so
fair.
I know. I've seen enough of her to know. I always try to wait till I see enough of someone to fully judge them wrestling, and
That's fair.
I've seen enough.
All right, well, moving on from worst, the
Worst.
best female wrestler of the year, another unanimous pick. I wasn't surprised. We had the AEW Women's Champion, Tekla. She's dominated AEW pretty much this entire year. She's having banger after banger matches. We just talked about the Starlight Kid match on Forbidden Door this past weekend. This was an easy choice. I think between WWE and AEW, there's no one who's even close to what Tekla's done so far in 2026. I think she's really won by like miles, not even 1 mile, by multiple
Super
miles.
entertaining, and I really hope the rest of the year is strong for her.
Yes.
And if she's not in this women's title match at All In, I really hope that they got something special for her. She deserves it.
I was gonna say she has to be in some high-profile match at All In. She's earned it. I know. You know that's not a guarantee. I'm just saying she's earned that shit.
Trevor Last says the Manhattan shows in December were enough for me to know Maya World ain't shit.
There you go.
You know.
All right, next up, the worst male wrestler of the year. We have some different opinions. You picked Jack Perry. I picked L.A. Knight. So I'll go first on this. Go ahead. You want to go first? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I voted for Jack Perry because like there's been no Luchasaurus and he's been like driving the bus, but like even winning the national title, he's been so directionless. He has no focus, no direction, no feud, no storyline. And all of his matches, he goes out there, and he's wrestling a little bit more like a babyface now, but his matches are still very dull. They're not good, they're not entertaining.
Yeah.
And, like, he wrestled, like, Mark Davis, and, like, Mark Davis won the belt, and it was so entertaining because Ricochet came out and all this other stuff. You're in the golf course. I don't care for Jack Perry at all, but he hasn't had a good year. And he's my vote.
For sure.
I'm surprised by yours, so... Harley says, Danny, you think Solo is better than L.A. Knight.
So here's why I'm saying L.A. Knight for me is the worst wrestler of the year, and it's not because of what he's doing in the ring. It's because of the storylines they're giving him and how they're making him look like an idiot. WrestleMania, he had a shit spot where he was in a weird 6-man tag with I Show Speed. Like, who gives a shit about that? And the Usos. And then literally the next week, he's fighting the Usos with the Bloodline storyline. He doesn't have any payoffs. They haven't given him any good payoffs. They haven't given him a good feud. They keep putting him in bad spots on Raw and SmackDown. He looks like an idiot in all the storylines he's in. I think they're messing up LA Knight, and that's why I put him up here, because like they're doing him wrong and they're gonna waste. This is his prime era, and they're wasting everything with LA Knight right now. At least Solo, they put Solo in a good spot. Solo's on Prime TV. He's leading a faction. I'm not saying he's good by any means, but he's been booked 100% better than LA Knight in the past 4 months. So this is more a knock on WWE, I guess, but yeah, they really messed up.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm not watching to really weigh in here, but I don't know if I really agree with him being the worst based on the booking side of it. But hey, it's your pick, not mine. I can't knock it.
All right, next up, last but not least, the best male wrestler of the year.
You're going to be surprised.
MJF. I picked Darby Allin. Honestly, I thought we would have switched these. You figured we would have went the other way. But no, I'll go first on this one. I think Darby just had a great year. The first half, I know he's not the champion anymore, but the whole champion storyline has built up to it, the way he won it, the defenses after. I know it sucked that he lost on the show that we were hoping he wouldn't lose on, but it made sense for the story. Even now, he didn't disappear after that. He's still in a major feud with Don Callis family, going after Kevin Knight. I just think he's been all over the show in a great way. So that's my pick for Darby Allin this year so far.
Yeah, at first I had Darby written in just because Darby's my boy, and I love the month and a half, 2 month kind of thing they were doing there with him.
Also, for the record, at first I had MJF written in, just to say.
But I went with MJF because ultimately all of Darby's stuff happened and was as successful as it was because MJF was right there. And MJF's been carrying this year. And you want to talk about being all over the show and being that guy. Like, it's been MJF. He's been involved in everybody's business because everybody wants his business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love Darby. He's definitely up there for me right now for the year, but this is MJF's year, man. He's killing it. And just like Tekla, if he's losing the belt and they're really going Omega and Ospreay, like, I don't know if it's MJF and Paige or MJF and Andrade, but Hopefully MJF, gets something solid. But I don't feel as bad for MJF as I do Tekla because MJF's already main evented Wembley and gone into Wembley as champion, so he's fine. I don't feel too bad about him.
Yeah, even if they drop him on the card, he's still going to be like guaranteed on the card. Where honestly, if Tekla drops the belt, there's no guarantee Tekla's even on the card, which would be crazy, but not surprising, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So those are our 2026 half-year Shootie Awards, folks. So far, that's the year in wrestling. If you think we missed anything, if you disagree, or if you have any thoughts, let us know in chat. Let us know over on Facebook or on Twitter, all the socials. We'd love to hear from you, see what you love and hate so far this year. Maybe you agree with us, maybe you don't. But if you don't agree with me on Maya World, I don't want to hear it.
And LA Knight, I know, was a surprise pick, but I still stand by it based on my reasons.
Yeah.
So we're good. Next week, do not forget, we are starting our first round of our Best Feud of All Time tournament. So please come help us out because we might need tiebreakers. There's only 2 of us. This is the first time we're ever doing 2 people. So it's going to be interesting.
I was going to say, we didn't mention that. So yeah, the third vote, the tiebreaker vote if needed, is going to be you, chat. What we'll do is if Danny and I are in agreement, we're good. We don't need you. But if we're split, we will open chat through the vote. We will take any votes that come in through chat. And I don't know, after like a minute or whatever, minute and a half, depending on how quick they're flowing in, that'll be it. Even if it's one person voting or 15.
I'll say to make sure we don't have dead air waiting for people voting. Maybe we'll try to do like arguments to try to sway your votes while we're waiting for you. Yeah,
we'll see. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Have a little debate.
Yeah, but it'll be fun next week. So
no, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm more excited because we've never done 2 people before, so it's going to be interesting. We definitely need you, Chad, next week, so please make sure you show up. Next 2 weeks, please make sure you show up. And same rules apply. We get a veto first 2 rounds, and after that, no veto. So it's going to be, are we doing 32? Yeah, yes, 32.
Well, 64.
Oh, shit. Yes, 64. 32 matchups. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, see you guys next week. Hope everyone has a safe and fun 4th of July. Please don't be like Pierre Paul and blow off your fingers. Be safe out there. And have a good one, folks. Peace out, everybody.
Kindly reference.